We went to Dreamhack in Atlanta. It is the third of the MTG conventions we've gone to this year. Typically, we go to like one convention
a day.
This year, we went to 3
a day.
And it was a lot. We're tired. MagicCon Vegas was in September. And then we had the Summit in October. And then we just did Dreamhack here in Atlanta. Dreamhack was a completely different beast than the other two.
Yeah, Dreamhack was pretty sweet. The spectacle of all of the stuff going on with the games was awesome. I actually watched a pretty good bit of StarCraft. Joel came over and joined me for some StarCraft as well. One thing about Dreamhack this year that you may not know is their regional championship was the largest it's ever been.
Yep.
So if you're thinking, oh, Dreamhack is this kind of thing where it's like mostly games and if Magic the Gathering is there, I'm kind of speaking for myself here. Because I was like, oh, dude, I was kind of like low on Dreamhack at first when Joel first brought it up to me. I was like, is that even going to be like a Magic? Like, is it going to be a focus there?
We didn't even know what it was, I just assumed that it's a video game tournament convention, and there's also going to be an MTG tournament and a few vendors. But
yeah,
it was comparable.
Yeah, I would say the artists, there were only a few artists there. They were all like really good and really renowned artists, but there were less artists there than were at Summit, and then way fewer artists there than were at MagicCon Vegas.
Yeah, Dreamhack had like 4 to 6 artists. MagicCon was 30. There was a ridiculous amount of artists there.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how that scaled up. But yeah,
MagicCon Vegas was like huge, enormous, as far as like top floor, bottom floor.
Yeah, biggest we had ever seen for a Magic convention.
Yeah.
And at the time, just really blew us away. We got to see 3 distinctly different types of conventions this year, which was cool. MagicCon being an official, Summit being an independent, and then Dreamhack being something else entirely that has a Magic component. But the regional championship, it was a Pioneer tournament, and yeah, highest turnout for a tournament ever. Yeah. And it showed. You could feel it in the room. Saturday was a vibing day, dude. It was tough to get a urinal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's talk about our events.
Yeah.
We thought we were good at Magic, but after this weekend, I don't know if I can say that.
We had a tough one, y'all. It was, we normally go and do 2-headed giant events. So on Friday, we participated in a 2-headed giant event that was a sealed year in review. So both of us got 2 packs from every standard set, so 8 packs each. Every standard set this year. Saturday, we did a 2-headed giant event that was just straight up sealed LCI. We both got 6 Lost Caverns of Ixalan packs, built 2-headed giant decks, and went. And then Sunday, we did something a little different. Same, but different. And we did a Team Trios event. That was my highlight. We performed poorly, but it was still my highlight. Spectre joined us and was the third on our team. And what we did was we got 1 full box's worth of boosters, but not like all the same set.
Yeah, you'll see this picture of us kind of overwhelmed looking at all of the cards, being like, what do we do here?
Across our 9 rounds of the weekend, we did an event Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah.
3 rounds each. We went 2 and 6 and 1 for our rounds across the entire weekend. It was brutal, y'all. I'm telling you, the most mulls you've ever seen in your life. We just got absolutely
We did mull a lot.
The opposite direction.
We mulled a ton.
I've never had to mull as much as I mulled, and I was down to 5 multiple games. I was down to 6 more games than I had a full hand of 7 at the beginning. Yeah, we got annihilated in round 1.
It wasn't even close.
Their decks were incredible.
It was the worst. It was the worst showing ever.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
Like we barely. I played a 1-drop and a 2-drop, and then never did another thing.
I killed a couple things, and then we just couldn't stabilize, and that was game 1.
Yeah, and so it was.
If I were on Arena, I would have called it a conspiracy.
Right. Yeah. From a gaming side, it was just a horrible weekend for us. But that's Magic. It was just one of those things, and we had a really good time. Other than that, we just were awful at playing the game. We got stopped a bunch of times. Shout out to all the community members who stopped us at Dreamhack. That was awesome.
That was cool.
We really appreciate everybody coming up and saying, hey, we're just some dudes, so we're happy to speak to you. I loved the people that wanted to show off cards. Had that one guy come up and show off
a deck.
Their Ugin. Yeah, their fully foiled out, all special treatments modern deck that they had just acquired, the new Secret Lair Showdown foil Ugin for $400 or $500 cash there at the tournament. He said I was just walking up to players after the round where they handed them out and going $400, $500, just walking around with cash, being like, "Yo, who will sell this?" So somebody was just like, "I don't care about this card."
Yeah. $400.
I moneyed in the tournament just now. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, there were also some other cool things that happened. Dana Fisher almost went for a world record.
Yeah.
It was very close. Man, she was 4-1 and then ended up like losing the next two rounds.
Yeah, she
needed
was almost
one
the
more
youngest
win.
person ever to make day 2.
Yeah. So that was on the line. That was really cool, but she's going to do amazing in the future.
Seeing all of the people there just to game, it was a big energy. It was one of the things I liked about MagicCon in Vegas this year was the energy was high everywhere in that building. Both floors, energy was high. You had, crowd level noise or pumping music from the stage upstairs and lasers, and you had Worlds on the other side. Their stage was pumping, and it was just the vibe, man. It was
the vibe
awesome.
is cool. You walk through all of the video game stuff and all of
at Dreamhack.
Yeah, at Dreamhack. And then once you get to the Magic, obviously you're going to have lights on over there. But other than that, lots of orange lights on the pillars to really give it was dark, but that really fit. Because if you're in and you're watching, a couple people play, for example, Counter-Strike or StarCraft on a giant screen, you don't want a bunch of big convention hall lights on.
Well, and there was a lot of bring your own computer areas to LAN up and play with other people, and there were places with consoles and TVs just set up ready to go. So I imagine it's a glare thing too. We keep the whole con dark and let everybody have residual laser light and video gamey looking stuff. We were driving up Saturday morning, and I had looked up articles, y'all. I had Googled LCI Limited. I had looked up...
Oh, yeah, we figured out, what the best commons and uncommons... Because, going into a thing like that, you don't want to look up rares. You don't want to look up mythics, because you can't depend on getting a rare or a mythic. No. But in a set like that, when you're playing Two-Headed Giant especially, a card like Panicked Altasaur is going to be the best possible card that you can pull in the set, because it has an activated ability that's going to do 2 damage to each opponent, which means at a 30 life total that starts at 30, that's going to be a 4-point chunk every single time you activate that thing.
Any card that says each opponent, especially at common, because in Two-Headed Giant, you're combining typically 12 packs, sometimes even more. And so your chance to get 2s and 3s of the most potent commons is even higher than a typical sealed. And so we prepped, and on the way up, we talked about builds and what we were going to do and who was going to play what if we got certain things. And then to just scrub out after that is so frustrating, man. It was just the irony of how much time we spent looking forward to it and being like, let's close out the year with a strong Two-Headed Giant performance.
Good game, GG's. Well, at least it was quick.
We can.
Yeah, I wore a matching Jurassic Park sweatsuit to this because we were playing LCI, dude.
Forgot about that. We went all out.
I did a whole Jurassic Park sweatsuit, dude.
Oh yeah, I think that was the day I wore my Teddy Fresh, so I was looking dripped out too.
Man. And what ended up happening was we just got absolutely decimated. Cards like Sunshot Militia end up being extremely good in a format like this.
Tithing Blade.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Tithing Blade is top tier. There's 5 cards that you can really depend on going into a format like this that are exceptional. From Lost Caverns of Ixalan. We found pretty much all those cards, but our opponents found more of them.
Yeah.
It was just part of the experience of Magic is getting absolutely thrown off a cliff.
Shout out Spec, shout out Trav, shout out Olivia, shout out Steve. Shout out
Anna Margaret was there. We met her for the first time. She's a super, super sweet person.
Yeah, Dana, Adam. Yeah. Shout outs all across the board. Y'all made it a great weekend.
It's fun.
It's the gathering that does it. Here is a rare video in our catalog where Jake
of us
and
sitting
I
next to each other.
Physically in the same room.
Look at that.
Next to each other.
I got my buddy here.
Happy holidays, everybody. It's been an awesome 2023. We're getting to 100K next year, baby.
100 kilometers is how far we're going to travel next year, and we hope that you are going to run with us on the way. Because if you do, you will have been part of the journey.
We call this the Jake ending a video rhythm. He goes into this rhythm.
Find something special and hold someone tight this holiday season because you are special to us. And we will see you in the future, Warehouse. See you later, Warehouse. See you in 2024. Goodbye.
Oh, hey, sorry guys. So we have a YouTube channel, and he's filming us.
That's fine.
Is that okay? You don't mind?
No, I don't mind.
Okay, thank you very much. I should have checked with y'all ahead of time. So sorry.
I'm going to go.